Hi, this is Finance and Investing, just Joey style, and let's talk about ownership and growth and the stock market and investing and blockchain and how that changes your life in the future. So the way that I look at money is I look at money with time, because that's what we're all doing. We're taking our time and trading it for money. So we're going to work 6, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 30, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, so that we can get money, so that we can pay for our life and live, right? Okay. So the more money that we have, or we can actually start looking at money as time. So right now, I make around about $150 a day after taxes and stuff. So a day's wage is 150 bucks. So that's an 8-hour workday. So every $150 that I save, I'm saving myself 8 hours of work that I don't have to do in the future. Whoa. This is probably some way that most people haven't thought about money. So every 150 bucks that I save, that's a day's work that I don't have to work in the future, because that's what I work to pay for my life. Now, that's amazing. So if I save 1,500 bucks, I don't have to go to work for 10 days. If I save $15,000, I don't have to go to work for 100 days. 150,000, I don't have to go to work for 1,000 days. You understand the concept? Okay. Now, let's talk about growth. Let's talk about investing and why that's important to pick assets that are going to grow in the future. So let's talk about Walmart. A lot of people understand what Walmart's stock is, or what Walmart's company is, and it's a publicly traded company, so it has stock that you can buy into. Walmart's been around for 30 years or more, and I think it's been publicly traded for 30 years. Anyhow, so Walmart, a lot of people have seen the growth of Walmart. Stores popping up, their business model growing, innovation, the way that they have everything that everybody needs: food, clothing, items, entertainment, healthcare, personal care. They do a lot of things. So over time, Walmart has grown its business model to be worth more than it was when it first started. So the shares of the company have been worth more over time. So let's talk about my crypto account, because that's one of my biggest accounts, and I'm going to show you something that I did. Well, I'm going to tell you about something I did today. I got some scrap money. I know I'm jumping around all over the place a little bit, but that's fine. There's a whole point to this. I found some old, there was a building that was being cleaned out, the people that didn't want it, and I asked if I could have it. So there was old wire, old extension cords, old copper wire. It was mixed and whatnot. So I just threw it all in the back of my car, took it to my local scrap place, my recycling center, and I got $156 out of it. So guess what? That was a day's wage. It took me about a half an hour to load it up. It took me half hour, 45 minutes to get it to where it was going and come back to my house. So I made a day's wage in a little over an hour. So number one, that's great. But secondly, I didn't just save that money. So a lot of people will take that extra money. Now, this is all extra money. This isn't money that's been budgeted for or in my spending plan. This is extra money. So 10% of it went to tithe. That's God's money. But then I took 50% of it, which was basically 150 bucks, or it was about 150 bucks after the tithe. So it was about $75 that I saved for me, and $75 that I invested into my crypto account. So I bought several different things, and my crypto over the next 10 years, I believe, is going to at least 4x. So just similar to Walmart with the innovation and the changing of times, I see some assets that I believe are going to grow. And I think they're going to grow at least 4 times bigger than they are now. So every $150 that I put into my investments that I believe are going to be worth 4 times more over the next 10 years. I think they're going to be worth more than that, but I'm doing conservative right now. So my $150 that I put into savings, I'm saving a day's wage. I'm saving a day's work. I'm saving a day's time that I don't have to go to work. So I have more time in my life. But if I believe that these assets are going to grow 4 times, every $150 that I put in over the next 10 years is going to turn into $600. That's not 1 day's work. That's 4 days' work. So if I manage to get $150,000 into this, this isn't 1,000 days of work. This is 4,000 days of work that I don't have to do anymore. And how many days do we usually work a year? 52 times 5, 250. So I'm saving myself time by investing the money that I have now so that I can have more time later because of growth. Now, the assets that you invest in are very important. You can't just put your money in wherever the heck you want to. You need diligence and a lot of research and experience and understanding of what the world is and what it can be or will be based upon the assets that you have bought now and how much they change and gain value over time. Similar to like Apple. Apple created the iPhone. I'm using one right now. 20 some years ago, people didn't think iPhones were going to be as popular. Now everybody's got one in their pocket or an Android. So that's what I do best is I look for assets that are going to change the world more drastically than others. Now there's some extra risk to that because they might not work out. So that's why diversification is important. I have 7 different stocks that I put money into. And then I have, I believe it's 11 crypto, different blockchains that I put money into consistently. So I have 18 total assets that I'm building and growing over time. So over the next 10 years, I'm going to build my wealth, grow it, and then save myself time so that I can do what I want instead of what my job tells me to do. This is Finance and Investing Just Joey style. And nobody knows how much time we have. So why the heck are we wasting it at a place that mostly doesn't care about you? Why don't you spend your time doing what you want to do? But you got to be diligent now to build that up so that you can do that later on in life.